self-inflicted political wound. News tonight that former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, during her 4 years as Secretary of State, used personal email only, not a government email address, but personal email address to conduct government business. Now, the use of her personal email account is raising questions about Secretary Clinton's transparency and our national security.
We want her emails and her documents that are relevant to Benghazi.
There's a pattern here of non-transparency.
It's inconceivable that she didn't know that she had to use government email.
Former Secretary Clinton relied exclusively on private email accounts to send and receive emails.
We have no indication that Secretary Clinton used her personal email account for anything but unclassified purposes.
She could have very well broken federal record-keeping laws.
The fact is, the State Department cannot certify they have produced all of former Secretary Clinton's emails because they do not have all of former Secretary Clinton's emails.
And former Florida governor and potential presidential candidate Jeb Bush firing a political shot across the bow, tweeting, "Transparency matters. Unclassified Hillary Clinton emails should be released. You can see mine here." And joining us, former New Hampshire Governor John Sununu. Good evening, Governor.
Evening, Greta. How are you tonight?
I'm very well. Well, I'm told by different research that she didn't violate the law, but she certainly has inflicted a political wound. Would you agree that it's a political wound?
Well, I will tell you that I am absolutely surprised. I had always given Hillary Clinton much more credit for being smarter than this, and this really is not very smart. She had to know that she has an agenda to run for president. She had to know this kind of an issue of transparency was part of the criticism that candidates and officials get. Her closest advisor, John Podesta, under much more lax requirements before 2009, was criticizing the George W. Bush administration for sending a very few emails through email addresses outside of their office, and she sent all of them. I'm absolutely shocked. I don't understand how Podesta let her do it, and frankly, I don't understand how she let herself do that.
Is this, the Clintons have endured a lot of years in political light and a lot of controversy. Is this something that we'll all be talking about for the next couple of days and then it goes away?
I don't think this one will go away. This one's tied a bit to Benghazi because the emails have a lot of Benghazi in them. Trey Gowdy is the one, the chairman of the committee investigating Benghazi, is the one that came up with it. That committee is going to go for quite a while. So I don't think this is going to go away. And she's exposed herself to criticism from virtually every candidate running against her, Democrat or Republican.
I'm not sure how this works, but if you use a government BlackBerry, for instance, or email account, when you leave office, do you leave I assume you leave everything there on the government server for the archives. Is that right?
I am not that familiar with the details of the latest regulations, but I believe that is correct. There was a law passed in 2009, Greta, that made it tighter than it was in the Bush administration, and there was an update to that, as I understand it, in 2013 and 2014. So this has been changed all along, and right now, it in essence says that the government has control of just about everything you write or read.
So that what makes this a little bit different is if you do it on your personal, the government, someone has to go to you and ask to see it, and then you presumably are sorting through what you think is business and what you think is personal or whatever. And so it's almost like now you get to decide what anybody sees. I think that's probably the criticism that she's going to get hit with the toughest.
Well, that's what they tried to change with these 09, 13, and 14 changes in the law, that you really lost your opportunity, if you will, to cull through and give only what you want. And that's the biggest problem I think Mrs. Clinton's going to have, that as I understand it, the 55,000 documents they gave Trey Gowdy were culled, not complete.
Governor, thank you. And I still don't get any politician using a BlackBerry at this point. I thought they all knew not to put anything in writing. But anyway, Governor, thank you. Nice to see you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.